So welcome to episode 4 of season 3 of The Strain, Gone, but Not Forgotten.
So everyone thinks the master is dead!
And I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen, because if they think the master is dead, then the master is going to have the element of surprise and they're all fucked.
And I mean, Satrakan is very like, I've waited my entire life for this.
This is it?
This is it. It doesn't feel like this is it. Fett is just like, we should have a drink, we should celebrate, this is great, this is awesome, woo, party!
And Quinlan wakes up from his coma and he's like...
Quinlan, I feel for that poor bastard, because he's just lying on the table, kind of coming in and out, and F is like, cleaning him up and pulling out the bullets, and just like, well, you gave me jack shit, and Quinlan's just like, hello darkness, my old friend. So F comes out and confesses to Satrakan and Fett that he was the one who took the book, and so satisfying.
Fett loses it. He's just like...
smacks him and he goes flying, and it's just so satisfying.
Thank you. I really want to know whether he actually, Corey Stoles actually got hit in real life, because it looked really good.
Satrakan like cold shoulders him too. It's like, I'm sorry about your boy, but leave, I don't want to look at your face.
Like,
and just like turns around and I'm like, oh.
He just totally did like the fatherly, I'm so disappointed in you right now.
And you know, the thing is though, like, F doesn't really care what Satrakan thinks. Like, it would
Which is the saddest part.
Yeah, there was more of like a mentor-mentee relationship between it, that it would be more meaningful. Like, I feel like if it was the Ratcatcher, it would just like ruin him.
Yeah. Zach is still stuck with the Strigoi, which I guess is fine. I really don't care.
The master is gone because the master hasn't found a body yet. So that means it's every Strigoi for themselves. There's like no
there's no cohesion.
There's no cohesion. There's no hive mind. There's no like
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like it's just like food.
I see it. I want it. Go!
And so the Strigoi is trying to get into Zach's room, and Zach is like flipping out and screaming, and Kelly comes running in and snaps the Strigoi's neck, and it's like, it's okay, I'm here, and she looks like she's gonna eat him, and then like Eichhorst is like, you know, the guy who gets left in charge when the boss goes on vacation and the office starts burning down. It's like that meme online, the dog in the room on fire. This is fine. His hair is flying. Like, this is the guy who we're so used to being very like meticulous.
And all of a sudden he's looking a little disheveled, which means that the world is actually on fire.
We gotta fix this, we gotta strike back, we gotta do it. And Kelly's just like,
but food's over there.
One thing that made me kind of giggle is when like Zach goes up to the door before the Strigoi attacks, and it's like, Mom, Eichhorst?
Like, Eichhorst is his second go-to.
It's like, have you two been hanging out? So Eichhorst's plan is actually kind of brilliant and really, really freaking horrifying.
So you see him like, oh yes, this is time for our plan. So he ends up like taking a whole bunch of people who used to work for the mayor and is like, hey, I've got a mission for you. Just lie down on this table and I'm gonna put a bomb in your stomach and you're gonna blow yourselves up and it's gonna be great.
I guess he chose fairly fresh, like fresh vampires, so that less work on his part, so they still have hair and everything. And so they kind of like go wandering in and like, oh my god, it was a nightmare.
You're not even thinking about the shrapnel blast.
I didn't even think about that. I just thought of like, oh, an explosion taking them out. And then
you're like, the worms
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh
it was
my god.
Fucking disastrous.
It was my worst nightmare.
Like, people are just like trying to like rip their clothes off because like the worms are just everywhere. And of course, one hits the mare and it is starting to climb into her eye, which we know is a bad fucking news. That's how Kelly got hit. And Fett, quick thinking, pulls out one of his UV lights and like holds it over the thing as it's trying to climb into her eye. And it like kind of like burns out, but he's not sure if he got it. So you spend like this really tense like 10 minutes waiting with her while F like checks her out, and then he has to come back like 2 hours later and check her out again to make sure that, you know, she's not turning.
Because like the same thing happened to Jim in the first season where they thought they got the worm out, and then like they UV'd him again and he was covered. He was covered. Like that whole sequence was super tense. Like build up to the explosion, post explosion. And the other thing that's going on is we see Gus go in with a chain gang to deal with more Strigoi. And just Gus being like, yeah, no, you can send me in here. I got this. They don't.
And sure enough, they all run in and they're like, nope! And you're just sitting there like, please don't let Angel die.
Yeah, the entire time I'm like, just don't kill Angel. I love him. I love him. I love him in his stupid crucifix silver that like gets him way too close into the fight, you know? Like,
and sure enough, he does get out alive, and we're just like,
oh, thank Christ. Dutch is back. She's hanging out with F, and I really don't want that to be a thing.
I don't want them to be a thing, but I like that they're together and they're not alone anymore. What's worse than F is F alone. You're only getting like half a pity party because you actually feel for Kesha and the shit she went through.
Like, oh, God.
So F is just sitting there like, oh, my life sucks, but you're like, no. You know what? Dutch has had it rough. I am willing to listen to Dutch
complain.
Talk about her problems. Like, please, let's focus on that.
And I feel like her reaction to her situation is more realistic.
F, like, you've been listening to him whine about nothing for so long that now that something's kind of wrong, you're just like, I really do not care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel for you at all because you're an asshole. Whereas, yeah, so at least when he's complaining with Dutch around, you're like, okay, like, fine, alright, I can deal with this.
Quinlan goes and yells at the Masters.
Oh, that was so sad.
This is the last time you're seeing my face. I loved how he gets up in one of the Masters' face with the sword and the thing starts to wake up and I'm like, oh God, this is not
Please
gonna
don't
go
do
over
this.
well.
Please don't do this.
Don't, no, please.
Why did you not tell me about this stupid crimson worm? And they're just like, where's my book, bitch? Maybe if I killed the master, you could have your stupid book back. Quinlan basically cut all ties with them and walked out like, you're never seeing me again. Gosh.
Other things that happen, so the mayor is giving an interview and the interviewer drops the whole chain gang thing on her and like it's awful and
the mayor had no idea and she was just she was pissed, number one, that it was happening and she didn't know. And she's also pissed at this woman because now she's printing this shit that's going to divide the people of New York rather than help keep them as a cohesive unit.
And so this whole episode is kind of an arc for her realizing, okay, I can't be nice and be efficient.
She's gotta bite the bullet and just do what needs to get done. There's no walking in the sun on this one. It's down and dirty and it needs to end.
So the episode ends with F and Kesha deciding to go on a liquor run at night, and anytime anyone goes outside at night, it really, like, I get angry, because I'm like, do you want to get eaten? Because this is how you get eaten.
I don't care about F. F can go walking down the street naked and just be like, come at me, Strigoi. And I'm like, okay. But I'm like, Kesha, really, what are you doing?
So they get in the taxi, and there's a Strigoi in the back of the taxi, and then there's another one outside, and they taser it, and it's, oh, haha, that works. And then the Strigoi just, like, sits up, like, old school vampire-esque, like, whoo, and I start to glow red, and it's just like,
the master is calling. You have a phone call from the master.
Accept or decline. F just like stands there and talks to him. And then finally it like decides to like try and eat him and it's just like, he should have been infected.
Oh, he should have been infected ages ago, but that's the show we're watching. Yeah, so it basically just taunted him with whether Zach's been turned or not. But all in all, a tense episode.
Yeah, it was really, like, this was the first time that I felt uncomfortable in a while, you know? Like, I feel like I've become desensitized to a lot of stuff. It's just like, oh, it's a Strigoi, just stab it and keep moving. We went and we saw a zombie movie recently, and I'm just like, well, it doesn't have a stinger. Like, that's 5 extra feet that you got. Like, you can work with that. But this is the first time that I actually felt fear again.
Yeah, the worm bomb was not fun.
That was not fun. I felt so dirty. I'm just like, don't get them off of me.
So, great episode, whoever wrote that little scene, and pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
So we will see you for the halfway point, which is next week. Bye, guys.